We're going to extend what you just saw in the other video where a rectangle was cut into two triangles, and we're actually going to look at the mathematics behind how to find the area of triangles. The video showed us that the area of a triangle is 1/2 length times width based off of a rectangle. Another way to write that, and we learned this with our study of parallelograms as well, we hang on to that 1/2, but instead of writing length times width, we could say base times height, because that means the base, again, the bottom, in this case the top if we would turn it around, and the height, which is again the perpendicular or straight up and down height. Another way to write area is, again, we hang on to the 1/2, and we can put these dots to show that we're multiplying base times height. Okay, so to find the area of this triangle, it is a irregular triangle because every side is a different length and it's kind of at a tilt. So we have to think about this. We're keeping the 1/2. The base is actually, if we would turn it around, the base would be right there on the bottom. But it doesn't really matter if the base is at the bottom or if the base is at the top. What matters is that it's the same side we're referring to. So the base is going to be 9, and the perpendicular height is 7. So I'm going to start with what I know. These are two odd numbers. I could say, if I had $9, how much is half of $9? So if I had half of $9, I gave some to myself and I gave the other half to my husband Kevin, how much money would each of us get? Well, I know in my mind we each get $4.50. Another way to write that is just 4 5/10, or 4.5. So I know that 1/2 times 9 is 4 5/10. But I can't forget about the 7. I still need to multiply by 7. So in order to do that, I'm going to stack up my numbers. 4 5/10 times 7, we stack the back. I move my decimal point one place over, and I get 31.5. Also said 31.5. And now what are my units going to be? I go back to my triangle. We're measuring in feet. So it's going to be square feet, and I write that like this, square feet. The 2 is an exponent, so it floats. If we're looking at this triangle, we need to find what the missing dimension is. That means B is for base. We don't know what the base is, so I'm going to put a question mark down there because that's what we're going to try to figure out. We're going to start with our formula. Area equals 1/2 base times height. And now I'm going to fill in the numbers under the letters that they match with. So underneath A for area, I know that the area is 40. I always hang on to the 1/2. That is a constant. That does not go away. The 1/2 reminds us that we're working with triangles. The B is the base. Again, we don't know what the base is, so I'm going to keep my B. And notice I'm putting in my dots for multiply to separate all of my terms and numbers. The height is the vertical height right down the middle, and that's 8. Now I'm going to put them all together and solve them. Well, 40 will stay, but now I'm ready to look at this. The B, we're going to figure that out at the very end. So I'm going to look at 1/2 times 8. Well, what is 1/2 of 8? If I take 8 and divide it by 2, I get 4. Or if I take 1/2 times 8, I still get 4. It doesn't really matter how I think about it. I could even think of it like money. If I have 1/2 of $8, how much is that? That's still $4. So 1/2 of 8 is 4. but I still need to hang on to my b because that's what we're trying to solve for. Now I can think of it like this. 40 equals 4 times some number. What is a number multiplied by 4 to get me 40? Well, I can count by 4s and come up with 10. 4 times 10 equals 40. So what that means is that my missing b is actually 10. So the base, and this b stands for base, equals 10. And what are our units? M for meters.